Bullet Club for life.
10-time World Tag Team Champions.
Small LG dog, whatever.
The Good Brothers, we wrestled everywhere. In Japan, India, China,
Australia,
Guam, Bosnia, Europe.
Chad. I think that's enough.
Oh, that's right. Too sweet. Hey! He's Livewire Charlie,
And he's Dangerous.
and we are Live Danger. July 7th, Long Beach, California. Tell them what's going on, Live.
Live Danger going up against these old farts known as the Good Brothers, baby.
Or like the Bad Brothers. Oh! That old farts, we're gonna take care of business, baby. And we're gonna bring the boom, boom, firepower. Oh!
Long Beach, California, stand up, because tonight we are only steps away from the Pacific Ocean, but inside of Thunder Studios, Fight Night is upon us as we are live across the globe on the Unbeaten Sports Channel. We proudly welcome you to OnlyWrestlers Live. I'm Jonny Loquasto alongside my incredible broadcast partner, Jordan Castle. And Jordan, tonight, top to bottom, this card is explosive, a multitude of main events.
Johnny, as we celebrate our Independence Day, there are three things this country guarantees. That is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if you're looking for the latter, I can't think of a better way to find it than right here at the Independence Rumble.
No doubt, let's get to the action. If you are looking for title matches, we have one for you. Our inaugural OWA Women's Champion, the undeniable Diamond Tessa Blanchard, once again looks to successfully defend her title. She's one of the biggest stars in CMLL in Mexico. Well, she puts the title on the line tonight against one of the rising stars in CMLL in Kira. And our other main event, a tag match that has explosivity written all over it. One of the most successful tag teams over the past 15 years across the globe. The Good Brothers are finally in OWA as they are taking on one of the most athletic rising tag teams in the world, Live Danger. And there is so much more beyond those two matches.
Oh, that's right, getting things kicked off tonight. We will see a match that could easily happen on national television, on AEW or Ring of Honor, but tonight it happens here in Thunder Studios as two California superstars, Scorpio Sky and the Machine, Brian Cage, in his OWA return, go head-to-head.
Not to mention, we have a bit of a rerun here with a Hawx fight between Moose and HITT.
That's right. Legacy and the Lone Star saw HITT come this close to putting Moose away and unable to get the job done in his native Texas. Hopes for a better result here tonight, but Johnny, we also have to address the elephant in the room. Esfinge and Joe Alonzo on a collision course, both in singles competition tonight. Interested to see how the next chapter in that story unfolds.
No one knows, because they certainly have a lot of personal issues between the two. And you mentioned HITT and Moose. HITT made it clear for the past 9 months he has been begging OWA management for another opportunity at Moose, and now he has that shot at one of the biggest stars in the world. As we mentioned, there is so much ahead. So without further ado, the lights are on, the ropes are tight, and the fans are filing in. So with just a quick break ahead, we'll be right back with OnlyWrestlers Live in Long Beach.
it's good to be here on the...
Whoa.
Well, we've been caught red-handed once again. There's a camera on us. We have our own camera on us. And now we have the camera.
Mike, it doesn't even match to that camera.
OnlyWrestlers Association, Long Beach, California. It is the debut of the world-famous Good Brothers. And you know what is the most important part about all this?
Talk to him, LG.
There are no current tag team champions here in OnlyWrestlers Association. So you're looking at the uncrowned tag team champions. 10 times world tag team champions. We're in Long Beach. You know the deal. It's a magic killer. It's a 1, 2, 3. It's a just too sweet. Live Danger, buckle up, man. Buckle up. He's the machine gun Carl Anderson.
That's me.
I'm the big LG Doc Gallows. We'll see you in the main event.
Here, finish the podcast.
All right, well, here's the thing. I want to put a shout out to our sponsors, but I don't know if I can do it on that.
Live across the globe, right now, we will go to our incredible ring announcer, Melissa Santos.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
We are beyond sold out tonight in Long Beach. Standing room only. Jonny Loquasto on the call here with Jordan Castle as we await the first introduction of the night.
Total no vacancy here at Thunder Studios. We want to thank you again for joining us live across the globe here on the Unbeaten Sports Channel. And Johnny, our opening contest, truly, without hyperbole, a match
making his way to the ring from your hometown of Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 208 pounds, he is Scorpio Sky!
A massive ovation for one of the true standard bearers of Southern California athletes over the past 15 years. He's a two-time AEW TNT champion, one half of the inaugural AEW Tag Team Champions with Frankie Kazarian, not to mention a former Ring of Honor Tag Champion, and certainly on the Mount Rushmore of the United Wrestling Network. He is Scorpio Sky.
Game tonight in his native Southern California, though the same can be said of his opponent.
And his opponent.
On his neck, ain't no mercy when I catch him and he witness Weapon X.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring, weighing in at 262 pounds, he is the Machine, the Wolverine, the Manila Gorilla, from the 559, they call him Cage!
It has been proven that not only is the Machine back, but he is more destructive than ever. Jordan Castle, Brian Cage made a triumphant return to professional wrestling back at OWA Pittsburgh a few months ago and to AEW as well after a long and arduous recovery from multiple knee surgeries. And to come back in better condition just proves the relentless work ethic of Brian Cage.
Yeah, back and better than ever. And that's crazy. That's insane to say about Brian Cage, who is perpetually in a shape that most people, most athletes, most wrestlers would kill to look like Jonny Loquasto. And this, somehow, the ultimate version of the Machine.
And look, I'm going to be honest. I have known Brian Cage and Scorpio Sky since 2010, since in the earlier moments of all of our careers. And Brian Cage and Scorpio Sky, always tremendous athletes. But Jordan, they have always been so durable, avoiding injuries. And Brian Cage, this injury was a vivid reminder that every opportunity counts when your livelihood gets taken away.
An injury that happened in the main event here in Southern California, his native Southern California, an OnlyWrestlers event against one masterpiece, Chris Masters. So there's got to be an extra chip on the shoulder of Brian Cage here tonight to right that wrong.
No question about that, but nonetheless, there is a extreme respect between these two men. Scorpio Sky and Brian Cage are both so accomplished over the course of their careers. And look, as far as West Coast professional wrestling, you really can't talk about the West Coast scene without mentioning these two names over the past 15 plus years.
Yeah, this is a singles match we've seen in the California Independents before their time on national television, Johnny. But you gotta think they've both grown so much over the course over the course of the last 7 years since their time under the nationally televised spotlight.
No question. Of course, Sky now a part of Sky Flight with Dante and Darius Martin in AEW and Ring of Honor. And, you know, Brian Cage has certainly had an interesting run in AEW since coming back from injury, and he's been on a destructive patch, to say the least. There's the uncanny athleticism, a double stomp to the thoracic by Scorpio Sky.
The height there from Scorpio Sky, so explosive.
Sky is a 5-time United Wrestling Network television champion, former Heritage champion. No doubt one of the absolute faces of United over the past 15 plus years, competing in Only Wrestlers for the first time, and now he's got Cage in the corner, a cluster of right hands, but Cage able to evade, and look out!
He's my second favorite United Heritage champion, but we don't have to get into that, John.
We don't have enough time in the day to get into your boy Maximilian.
Oh boy, one in a million.
Yes, very interesting things coming up for him, but nonetheless, Scorpio Sky, vision impaired here as the Machine charging in with a European uppercut, follows up with an enziguri, and now German suplex. Sky crashing to the canvas, and when Brian Cage starts to pile it on, he can end things quickly.
The power of Brian Cage is apparent. You don't have to be a savant or a student of the game to know that as he goes for the cover here.
First cover of the night here, and Sky able to kick out at 2.
It's the athleticism that always catches me, and seemingly at the moment, Scorpio Sky off guard.
And of course, Cage, Jordan, a laundry list of accomplishments in his career. Former TNA World Champion, former X Division Champion, former FTW Champion, and of course, titles in Ring of Honor as well. 6-man World TV title. And this is how we are kicking off the night, with a vicious Irish whip to the corner. We are kicking that out off with Scorpio Sky and Brian Cage.
That's right, could see this on TBS, could see this on TNT here on the Unbeaten Sports Channel. It's how we're starting off the festivities. And let you talk about accomplishments, Jonny Loquasto. Just over the past month, Brian Cage actually clenching the Mr. Nevada in the world of bodybuilding. So a literal award-winning physique from the Machine here.
Which really speaks to his recovery. He was out of action for the better half of 15 months. And he dealt with multiple injuries. That wasn't the plan. Unfortunately, his first injury, his first surgery didn't take. He had to go back under the knife. So to not only come back to compete, but to be in that kind of condition, to win a bodybuilding competition, as he's now wrenching on the left knee of Scorpio Sky, all the pressure on the quad, certainly the patellar tendon as well. Sky needs to find a way to get to the bottom rope, because there is no way you are rolling Brian Cage out of this hole.
Maybe taking some of those frustrations he had from missing a year of action out on Scorpio Sky here. Sky thankfully makes to the bottom rope, but such great torque there from Brian Cage.
And one thing we're seeing from Cage since his return, Jordan, we are seeing a bit more of a methodical and calculated professional athlete. You know, Brian Cage used to be about, you know, I'm not getting paid by the hour, I will destroy you quickly. But now I think he realizes that with his strength, with his power, and let's be honest, he's also very technical, he can wear opponents down.
A true, well-rounded wrestler, and you gotta be. When you miss a year of injury, when you have to go under the knife, as you said, multiple times, you have to rethink your strategy, rethink how you do things. But clearly, Johnny, as we saw with that jumping knee, has not lost a bit of that trademark explosivity.
Yeah, for those who's wondering how the recovery has gone, Brian Cage just gave an answer.
And for those who are wondering who's better than Cage, the answer still, for the moment, nobody. Though Sky hoping to prove that wrong here, Johnny.
I should say Scorpio Sky has proven that wrong in the past over the course of their careers, but Brian Cage, a right hand, and Sky plummets to the outside.
But again, this is such a different version of both Scorpio Sky and Brian Cage.
Yes.
Their championship-winning time on national television has transformed them from the athletes they were in Baldwin Park 7 years ago. And this is such a dangerous place to be. No padding here on the concrete floor of Thunder Studios, Loquasto.
No, this is definitely a dangerous spot on the outside, but with two competitors like this, there's no questioning where the action could spill to, but Sky able to evade the body slam on the floor, sending Cage right into the post, but Cage catching Sky in midair.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God, what's the Machine thinking here?
No, gorilla press slam.
Oh no!
Sent 3 feet forward, spine first.
Referee Chris Massey has now gone to the outside because he certainly does not want to call a double count out here. He's imploring Brian Cage to get Sky back inside the ring. Not exactly shocking, the first match of the night has already broken out in chaos.
And a rake of the eyes there from Scorpio Sky, though with the beat down from Brian Cage, you can hardly blame him playing a little dirty here, Loquasto.
Hold on, what is Sky thinking here?
No
He's looking
way.
to pick up some speed. Over the barricade, taking down the machine.
But may have clipped his knee in the process there. Bit of an awkward landing, managed to drop the machine, but might have taken some out of himself there, Johnny.
Well, they always say there isn't any physical feat Brian Cage can't do. Well, Scorpio Sky certainly proving the same for himself.
And Sky perhaps happy to win this match via count out. At least trying to break the count, keep the match going here.
Sky, one of the longest tenured competitors in AEW as he gets back inside the ring. Had a tremendous run.
Hold on!
As part of SCU, over the top! A senton to the outside. And Cage and Sky completely wiped out onto the floor, but you see Sky grasping that left knee.
You know, we speculated for Brian Cage trying to right a wrong here in this matchup. We might see a knee injury once again, but it might not be to Brian Cage here, Johnny.
And it's a good thing that Chris Massey is the official in this match. Another Southern California staple. He knows both of these men very well and what they're capable of. Sky into a modified TKO there. Into a cover, could it be? And Cage able to get the left shoulder up.
So difficult to keep a man Brian Cage's size down. Nearly 300 pounds of pure, unadulterated muscle. Even 3 seconds, it's such a massive feat here, Johnny.
And it's incredible to see both of these men still at the absolute top of their game. You know, 15 years ago, Brian Cage and LA Knight were tag team partners being managed by the legendary, the late Percy Pringle. And then Scorpio Sky just came storming in and won title after title. And right now, they're still at the peak of their careers. Sky looking to put Cage away into an Impaler DDT.
Will it be enough?
Into the cover, center of the ring, hooks the leg. Oh my goodness, 2 4/5 there for Sky.
Well, let me ask you this, Loquasto. As someone who has watched and called the journey of both of these men over the course of the last decade plus, what does Scorpio Sky have to do to put away a man as big as Brian Cage, who is as determined as Brian Cage is here tonight?
To be honest, I'm not really sure if there is an answer, and it's certainly not coming from me, because there is only one Brian Cage. You name one other professional wrestler who looks like Brian Cage, who has the athletic ability of Brian Cage. There might be 0.
Well, he may be looking for it here, but as we know, those are not just show muscles, Loquasto. These are go muscles, putting that to the test here.
But meanwhile, Scorpio Sky, there isn't anything in his arsenal that he's not able to... Oh, speaking of which, Cage rolling into the cover there. Could that be it? And no, Sky. Cage did not hook the leg, and that could have been a mistake there.
Calling on the faithful here in Long Beach. Brian Cage maybe thinking that signature drill claw here, Loquasto.
We see Brian Cage decimate someone with a drill claw almost weekly on AEW Dynamite. Could we see it tonight? He certainly has Sky up. He's looking for,
maybe thinking F5, but Sky had it scouted.
If anyone has it scouted, it's going to be Scorpio Sky, but a right hand catches the former 5-time television champion, and now Sky once again, though, always so elusive, always so aware, and now a boot to the face of Brian Cage. Could Sky find a way now? Oh, fisherman style into a fisherman buster.
How about the power there? Into the cover.
And oh my goodness.
Got to think both Christopher Daniels and Don Callis watching this one at home with a smile on their face, edge of their seat, looking for their man to eke out a victory.
Well, one of them will not have a smile on their face after this match. That is guaranteed. Scorpio Sky once again within an eyelash of scoring his debut victory for OnlyWrestlers Live. Meanwhile, Brian Cage got the best of Chandler Hopkins a few months ago at OWA Pittsburgh, which was also live on Unbeaten. Now Sky looking to put the finishing touches. A knee lands, and now going for a right hand, and once again, Cage, always so elusive. Oh my goodness, into a power bomb, and that'll do it.
You spoke to it before, referee Chris Massey with the best seat in the house. A hair's breadth away from victory, but got that shoulder up at the last second, did Scorpio Sky.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't envy Chris Massey with these two beasts in the ring.
No. Hold on, Scorpio Sky back up to his feet. Maybe a second win here, Loquasto.
Well, you have to imagine these two are having flashbacks to all of the incredible matches they have had over the course of their careers. They're doing it now live on Unbeaten across the globe, live on Adrenaline Plus.
And they know each other so well. You see the familiarity here.
That knee hit square right in the center of the ring, and Scorpio Sky, what is it gonna take?
You can see frustration already starting to seep into the mind and the eyes of Scorpio Sky. He's asking himself, what do I have to do to put this man, nay, what do I have to do to put this machine away?
And Jordan, what we're seeing here are two athletes at the absolute top of their game. You could see them on any given week on Dynamite, any given week on Ring of Honor, any given week on Collision, and they're here right now for Only Wrestlers, looking to kick off the night with a massive victory. What a counter by Brian Cage!
Sky maybe thinking that TKO, but Cage just too big!
Discus lariat by Cage. Sky might be out, but Cage isn't done. Hoisted him up, and it's drill claw time. The machine rolls into the cover, and that'll do it. Brian Cage, another victory.
And here's your winner, Brian Cage!
Jordan Castle, what can we say to the people watching all around the world besides that was only the first match of the night?
We got so much great action in store. Lucha Libre action, Hoss fight action, championship action, and that huge tag team main event. But how about Brian Cage righting that aforementioned wrong? The same place, the same promotion where he injured that knee in the first place here. A huge win over Scorpio Sky.
What a tremendous start to the night between Scorpio Sky and Brian Cage. We'll be right back on Unbeaten.
July 7th, the heavy hitter's back in action at Only Wrestlers. And I'm going one-on-one with Moose. That's right, baby. We're going round two. Last time, Moose, the last time me and you went at it, we were in my home city of San Antonio, Texas. And we tore it down. We gave the fans what they wanted. We kicked each other's asses.
Jinx! And now, the Blue Thunder Bomb!
But I didn't win. But you know what I did do? I learned. In the match, when we were going at it, I learned. After the match, when the bell rang, what happened? You put your arm around me, took me to your locker, and you gave me the game. And I learned. You told me everything I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear.
Tremendous sign of respect to start the match.
You know, this really was the biggest moment of HITT's career, and he came within an eyelash of defeating Moose with the Russian roulette.
Tells them to play HITT's music.
Fast forward 9 months later. Now we're here, baby. I went my whole life. I moved my whole life to California. Left my family, left my friends, left my coaches to better myself and become the best wrestler I can be. And you know what? The next venue we're wrestling at is right up the street from my house. So Moose, thank you, baby. Thank you for all the wisdom and all the game you gave me. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's in my ring, whoever it is gets hit.
Over 600 pounds will clash later tonight with HITT and Moose, but right now it's a #1 contenders match for the OWA Women's Championship as we go back to Melissa Santos.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a #1 contenders match for the OWA Women's Championship. Introducing first, making her way to the ring, she is girly and pretty, an angel with attitude, fab but fierce. She is the Pink Dream, Gracia.
You know, Jordan, the former Reality of Wrestling Women's Champion Alex Gracia was known to be so spirited and optimistic throughout her career, but over the past year, we've really started to see a more darkened and tenacious side that has really turned the Pink Dream into more of a nightmare.
Yeah, a darker shade of pink, to be sure. She has grown resentful, she has grown egotistical, but that may be exactly what she needs to become #1 contender.
Well, it certainly has put her in this position to challenge the winner of our title match later tonight.
And her opponent.
But Gracia has to deal with one of the fastest stars in our sport.
Phoenix, Arizona. She is the center of attention, Brittnie Brooks.
Brittnie Brooks, an absolutely infectious personality, never-ending motor. She has had nothing but success since starting her training at the age of 13. She's already been FSW Women's Champion in Las Vegas, and a win tonight will catapult her to a title opportunity in the very near future.
Just about a decade in the game, she is a perfect storm of Regina George and Elle Woods manifests, but well, no small task tonight looking to put away Alex Gracia in her OWA debut. Likewise, Brittnie, someone we saw come out on the losing end this past March, Johnny.
Yeah, and you know, although their personalities have certainly contrasted themselves, their career paths have been similar. They've had a lot of success in a relatively short amount of time, and that's really due to a number of factors: their athleticism, their intelligence, and here they are tonight, the biggest opportunity of their careers thus far in OnlyWrestlers.
When you talk about the intelligence of both of these athletes, not exactly an intelligent move there from Brittnie Brooks, though a respectful one, and learning quickly that not the name of the game here, at least against this version of Alex Gracia.
It's safe to say the sportsmanship era of Alex Gracia is long gone.
Alex Gracia feels like she's above it. She feels like she's better than it. She was telling me earlier on tonight, Johnny, get this.
Yes.
Spoke to me very briefly, and I mean very briefly, that she thinks it's ridiculous she even has to wrestle in this match. She thinks she should just be gifted a shot at Tessa Blanchard or Kira, and the only wrestlers Women's Championship. Easy for me to say.
Oh no, I can confirm she was petitioning to OWA management to be included in the title match tonight to make it essentially a three-way, which obviously that is not happening. We have Kira and Tessa later on tonight, and then the winner will face the winner of this match right now. Step up enziguri by Brittnie Brooks. Landed to perfection on the Pink Dream.
And we talk about the surgically repaired knees of the victorious machine, Brian Cage, in our opening contest. Same can be said of Brittnie Brooks into the cover here.
Brittnie Bulldog, and oh, Gracia able to kick out at two.
Not one, but both of those knees surgically repaired at just 20 years of age, bouncing back better than ever here, Loquasto.
I will say, as a physical therapist, that is a very difficult thing to endure. When you're only 20 years old, you're still not really, you know, the athlete that you will eventually be at that point. So it just really speaks. And there's Alex Gracia treating those knees like targets, and now a cluster of right hands. But it really speaks to the tenacity of Brittnie Brooks.
Yeah, Gracia clearly doing her homework here tonight, Loquasto. She may think she's so much better than Brittnie Brooks, or should I say she might say she's so much better than Brittnie Brooks, but as we're seeing here, clearly taking her seriously. Ugly, ugly collision with that corner post.
There isn't anything that Alex Gracia doesn't take seriously at this point, and like you said, she is going to work on both knees of Brittnie Brooks, but particularly on the left right now, into a cover, and Brooks able to kick out at 2.
Well, if you're Brittnie Brooks, how do you bounce back from this? Forget offense, you can barely stand if those legs are neutralized.
And if we're going to say who the more powerful competitor is, you could say it's Brittnie Brooks. Alex Gracia knows it. You take out one of those legs, it takes away the entire power arsenal of Brooks.
Yeah, everyone's the same height on the canvas, plain and simple.
And Alex Gracia, incredible technician, as we're seeing. And the thing with Gracia, she used to endear herself to the fans. She used to excite the fans. That desire is long gone. She does not go for style points. She'd rather cause pain on her way to victory than anything else.
And we might dislike it as broadcasters. These fans in attendance may dislike it as viewers. You watching at home may dislike it on the Unbeaten Sports channel, but it has brought Alex Gracia success. Just one win away from becoming #1 contenders for the OnlyWrestlers Women's World Championship.
And there's only so much protection those knee pads will give. That is putting a lot of stress on the LCL, the lateral meniscus as well. And Alex Gracia continues to go to work on the left knee of Brittnie Brooks, trying to roll her over here perhaps.
Yeah, but Brittnie Brooks, using some of that aforementioned size and power to her advantage, manages to escape.
Gracia wasting no time, but Brooks perhaps out of desperation. Oh, Alex Gracia going for the low kick, and Brooks quick roll up here. Gracia able to kick out right back to her feet, back on the attack.
It's a bit uncharacteristic, but it's understandable after this onslaught from Alex Gracia. Brittnie trying to put this one away quickly here, Loquasto.
When the knees are damaged, that could be the best option that she has for a victory tonight. But Gracia, you want to talk about power? There it is, on the back of the thoracic, crashes Brooks.
You wouldn't necessarily look at Alex Gracia and think her offense would be as devastating as we're seeing here, but a classic case, Loquasto, of do not judge a book by its cover, because this is merciless from the pink trade.
Well, Gracia also has a very strong arsenal. She's competed in Mexico, Australia, Japan, all across the U.S. She's picked up a lot of tools into a cover, and Brooks able to get that right shoulder up.
Likewise, Brittnie Brooks training with the best of them, a regular student at the Dungeon under Natty Neidhart and T.J. Wilson.
And what Natty Neidhart and T.J. Wilson are doing for professional wrestling at that dungeon can really not be measured. It truly is an incredible place to be, an incredible place to train, and hats off to those two absolute legends. Meanwhile, Alex Gracia going back to work on the left knee, kicks to the back of the hamstring, and now Gracia once again using her technical prowess.
Yeah, this is devastating. We talking about the knees of Brooks being targeted. How about the knees of Alex Gracia as she cinches in that figure 4 leg lock, using her own body as a weapon.
Brittnie Brooks in dire straits here. It has been essentially all Alex Gracia.
I mean, she's got to make it to that bottom rope, Loquasto. It's now or never.
Brooks inching her way over to the bottom rope. Can she get there? Can she stay in this matchup? And she's able to get there, but Gracia takes her sweet time, relinquishing the hold.
May not have won the match, may not have made Brittnie submit there, but how much damage was done with that hold cinched in, Loquasto?
Well, besides that hold, the damage has been done throughout this match. And once again, Gracia is a surgeon tonight.
Ugly landing on her hip there, sent spilling to the outside, and we know Alex Gracia more than happy with a count-out win.
And the count-out win will take her to being #1 contender. And Brittnie Brooks is absolutely decimated on the outside, struggling to get back to her feet. Gracia now not exactly giving chase, but she feels more than confident that she's on her way to a big win.
Yeah, slowing things down to a methodical pace, interestingly bringing Brittnie back into the ring, and now goes for a cover.
Cover, oh!
Gracia came so close there.
One has to wonder, did Gracia actually think she was going to put Brittnie away with that cover, or was she just trying to make her expend that much more energy by getting the shoulder up?
Well, as you know, every single pin attempt, it becomes more and more exhausting, especially when you're in the condition that Brooks is in right now. And now this is just beyond obnoxious. Oh, Brittnie Brooks has had about enough. She's back to her feet, but does she have enough to get any power behind these strikes? And Gracia, a kick right to the quad. And now Gracia looking for a springboard, coming up empty, nothing but canvas there.
That disrespect may have been Gracia's own undoing. What do they say, Loquasto? Pride comes before the fall?
Well, that remains to be seen as Brittnie Brooks trying to get some kind of feeling back in those knees, face first. And now Brittnie Brooks picking up some steam here.
Now using him as a weapon, what do you make of that?
That might be her best option to take her to victory, Jordan, as Alex Gracia in the corner. Ooh, European uppercut by Brooks.
Yeah, but still favoring those knees, Johnny.
And oh my, that had impact though.
Big time face wash.
When your knee is in pain, you might as well use it as a weapon. And now Brooks hoisting up Gracia into the bridge and the cover. Gracia able to roll over at 2.
Northern Lights nearly enough, but Alex Gracia got the shoulder up, and Brittnie in a really, really bad way here, Johnny.
For the first time in this matchup, Jordan, we're really seeing Gracia in a vulnerable position here as Brooks still struggling.
Well, she's got to press the advantage here. Is it maybe thinking that Brittnie bomb?
Oh, look at the counter by Gracia.
Again, has done her homework. She might say she's so much better than Brittnie Brooks, but she realizes what a threat the center of attention is.
A basement enziguri, and into a cover goes Gracia, so close once again. Brittnie Brooks stays alive, but for how long? Brittnie Brooks has become such a fan favorite on the West Coast, and let's be honest, Gracia has a bit of animosity.
We're gonna take out that animosity on Brittnie Brooks, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and she becomes #1 contender for the Women's Championship.
Oh, crucifix here by Gracia. No, Brooks able to roll through, and now hooks the leg, does Brooks. Incredible technique, both women here. And oh, jackknife here by Brittnie Brooks. Can she find a way? And
they don't get paid by the hour, as we said, Loquasto. The result is the same. Doesn't matter how you get it done.
Alex Gracia, master strategist. Oh, going for the dream trip there, I believe. Brooks able to counter. Stomp to the foot by Gracia. And now a back elbow.
A series of standing here.
Oh my God, a right forearm to the left knee.
And it might be ugly, it may be unsportsmanlike, but it might not. Hold on.
Gracia went for the Shining Wizard, coming up empty. Brooks didn't exactly spring back to her feet, but she got there, hitting the Brittnie bomb. Brooks, center of the ring, #1 contender.
And here's your winner, Brittnie Brooks.
We now know who will challenge the winner of the OWA Women's Championship match tonight, and her name is Brittnie Brooks.
A gutsy performance, targeted knees or otherwise. Brittnie Brooks is going to be hurt tomorrow morning, but she can rest assured she heads into OWA's next event, #1 contender for the Women's World Championship. The question is, Johnny, who that champion will be.
We will find out in a matter of minutes. Gritty, gutsy, and victorious is Brittnie Brooks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more action.
informarles que tenemos una cita este 7 de julio. El Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre va a estar presente y Kira en contra de Tessa. Tessa, a mí no me intimida nada de lo que dices, no me intimidan tus palabras, ni siquiera tu trayectoria. Yo estoy segura de lo que he aprendido a lo largo de todos estos años que llevo en la lucha libre, de todo lo que sé, de toda la experiencia que tengo y sé que puedo acabar contigo. Entonces, no se lo pueden perder, 7 de julio, Kira.
Talented challenger in the OWA women's title match tonight. But right now it's time for a heavyweight clash as we go back to Melissa Santos.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first,
we heard from this man moments ago. He's been waiting well over 8 months for this opportunity.
making his way to the ring from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 310 pounds. Standing at 6'7" he is the heavy hitter, HITT!
Jordan Castle, it is rare to see a man who walks at 6'7" and 300 pounds who also has the athleticism of the heavy hitter HITT. And this man moved all the way out to LA to essentially live at the New Japan Dojo to better himself. And he feels like that has happened over the past number of months, and he is ready to take down someone he looks up to.
That's right, 6'7", and there ain't nothing funny about it. He may look up to his opponent tonight metaphorically, spiritually, but certainly does not look up to him physically. And for HITT, well, we heard it earlier in the broadcast. He said that he learned. He may not have beaten Moose, but he learned so much from their previous encounter, and hoping that that, coupled with the NJPW Academy training, propels him to victory here tonight.
That's right. He said that any intimidation he felt last time is long gone. Who is no doubt going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
To the ring, representing Moose Nation, the face of the franchise, weighing in at 300 pounds, he is Moose!
Now that this man has finally given the system what they deserve, at TNA Slammiversary, Jordan, you'd be hard-pressed to find a single competitor in TNA riding higher right now than Moose.
When you talk about the Hall of Fame lineage, let's list some of those accomplishments in his native TNA. Former world champion, former X Division, oh my God!
Whoa, are you kidding me? This is not what we expected from HITT, considering the incredible respectful words that we just saw about 10-15 minutes ago.
Well, you have to think those may be a strategy to sucker Moose in. We thought this was a sportsman. We thought he was coming into this match with a respect for Moose, the same that we saw from Moose after the bell in Texas. Clearly, that couldn't be further from the truth, Loquasto.
And the official, Patrick Hernandez, has still not officially started this match yet. He has to check on Moose. All right. I mean, it's going to take a lot to put down Moose, and HITT's looking to do it.
It was Charlie Haas last time we were in LA. It's the heavy hitter HITT here tonight. Patrick always with his hands full, always drawing the short straw. In the case of these men, the large straw, Johnny.
Well, HITT said he learned a lot from Moose last time. Perhaps one of the things he learned is that sometimes it's good to get a jump start on your opponent, whether or not it bends the rules. And now HITT, oh my goodness, a chest chop.
Bending the chest of Moose here, and you know, HITT talked about learning and growing. I'm not sure if Moose taught him this lesson, but he may need to teach him a lesson in respect after what we're seeing here.
And Moose is wasting no time as HITT gets dumped to the outside. And the three-time TNA World Champion giving chase, but HITT with chops once again.
And it's almost understandable, I say almost, that HITT would jumpstart Moose like we've seen, do everything he can to pick up a victory, because he told me earlier on tonight, a win tonight would put him on the map. It would prove to the entire wrestling world, from OnlyWrestlers to TNA and beyond, that he is next up.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, HITT has held titles in his career, but he knows that if you defeat someone like Moose on a worldwide broadcast like this, that is the biggest moment of your career.
Nearly picked up a championship last time. OnlyWrestlers Association came to Los Angeles with that Raw championship match against the radioactive Poppy Danny Limelight. Some saying that, well, he only lost that opportunity because of the intervention of Danny's 5150 tag team partner Slice Boogie, who I understand will be in competition later on tonight.
Yes, he is storming through, and you know, anytime 5150 shows up, it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be unpredictable, just like this match is right now. As HITT continues the offensive onslaught on Moose. And who knows where this match might spill to. Patrick Hernandez may have to be a little bit lenient on the calls on the outside here. Oh!
Right now, Moose is lucky if he isn't spilling blood after connecting face first. The race steps.
HITT told us it's only been 8 months since my loss to Moose, but I've sharpened every single skill. But he's going to have to heal the rib cage after crashing into the barricade there.
And Loquasto, it's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and Moose putting that to the test here on the outside.
I have no idea, perhaps looking for a powerbomb onto the floor.
Yeah, but HITT has 10 pounds on Moose, and right now that's paying dividends.
Face first into the post. And now HITT hoisting up Moose onto the apron.
Yeah, back first. Contorting the spine of Moose, and HITT clearly worse for the wear, but Moose not doing much better inside the ring here, Loquasto.
It's very rare to see Moose flat on his back, but that's the same. 6'7", 300 pounds, a senton over the top rope.
There's no reason a man of HITT size should like that, plain and simple.
And Jordan, you spend a lot of time, into the cover here, hooks the leg, and Moose able to kick out at one. You spend a lot of time at the New Japan Dojo. Is this a side of HITT that you've been seeing? I'm shocked.
No, I mean, as am I. The New Japan Dojo under Coach Fred Rosser, it's all about respect. It's all about respecting where you came from, your elders who paved the way, and you know, this is anything but that. One has to think that HITT may be thinking it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission here tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's looking to not just make a statement. He's really looking to make a name for himself, as he's now got the neck crank in on Moose, who's back to his feet. Shots to the abdomen. Now Moose able to break free with a right hand.
When we talk about the 8 months between their first encounter and their rematch here tonight, in that time, HITT has not only learned psychologically, he has also grown physically, has not lost any of that size, but has tightened up in the best shape of his career here, Loquasto.
And regarding Moose, a discus forearm. You could argue TNA would not be having the success they're having right now without Moose in his career, as HITT able to hoist him up into a body slam, follows up with another senton. Are you kidding me? HITT onto a cover, hooking the leg, and Moose able to stay alive, but HITT came very close the first time around in their match, and that was another instance right there.
It calls it the suck it senton, but one has to wonder, if not for the crotch chop before the cover, if maybe he could have put Moose away there, Loquasto.
That's a great point right there, and you know, we're certainly seeing a different side, more vicious personality, perhaps a more jaded personality of HITT. And Moose, of course, has defended the TNA X Division title on OnlyWrestlers events in the past, and once again, a multitude of crotch chops. What is HITT thinking? Going for a pile driver, but Moose, wise to it, able to break free with a back body drop.
Again, discretion, the better part of valor, and HITT learning that the hard way here as he connects with a headbutt from Moose.
And now when Moose picks up steam, there's a reason the man had a successful career in the NFL. He's a next world athlete. And Moose bowling over HITT, wasting no time into a senton of his own.
No suck it, but a kip up there from Moose.
And now the two-time grand champion is looking to put away the man who tried to get the jump on him before this match even started.
Yeah, HITT may live to regret that choice right about now. The former offensive lineman has him scouted.
Oh! Moose charging in, HITT able to evade. And now a boot temporarily slows Moose, but not for long. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Look at the power! Into the cover! No! That was about as close as it gets.
And you can see it from the facial expression of HITT, covering his face, eyes rolling into the back of his head. He can hardly believe this, but he can also hardly afford to give Moose the time to recuperate here, Johnny.
I mean, that power bomb, he essentially pulled that out of the bag of tricks that Moose has had over the years. And look, he has studied Moose, and he has watched back this tape a relentless number of times. He is so determined to put Moose away, heading up to the top. Are you kidding me?
It's a big risk here, especially against a student of the game like Moose, especially when you're a man as big as HITT, in a very precarious position now.
Well, clearly, HITT has proven he's willing to do whatever it takes. But meanwhile, so is Moose. He's also on the top. Could it be Superplex time? Incoming!
You gotta be kidding me!
That Superplex heard all throughout Long Beach.
And Moose back up!
Moose is ready. HITT may not realize what's coming his way. Spear!
Gotta be it.
No jackhammer needed. Moose trying to roll HITT over. Hooks the leg, and Moose has vanquished HITT once again.
And here's your winner.
Well, we got a guarantee from HITT that he was ready to take down Moose. And although he came within an eyelash, there's a reason that Moose will be a Hall of Famer someday.
Moose going 2 for 2 here tonight. You know, heading into this one, HITT talked a lot about how much he learned from Moose tonight. Learning once again, learning a very valuable lesson in respect.
Absolutely, Moose stays undefeated in OnlyWrestlers live competition as Long Beach is feeling it. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back with more action live on Unbeat.
Esfinge, esta noche nos vamos a ver las caras, tú y yo, mano a mano. Veremos de qué eres capaz. Espero que vengas muy bien preparado, porque toda la gente que se haga presente verá de la calidad, de quién más, del número uno, del rudo del momento, la maldad hecha realidad. el rey del inframundo, nada más ni menos que Difunto. Te voy a hacer pedazos, toda la gente será testigo. Así que ya lo sabes, Esfinge, estás advertido. Cuídate porque esta noche acabo contigo.
About to have an electric luchador clash as we go back to the great Melissa Santos.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. And this match is contested under CMLL rules. Introducing first.
What a night it has already been. And the incredible action is about to continue with two of the most exciting stars in arguably the most successful promotion in the entire world.
Making his way to the ring, él es el rey del inframundo, del Galeón Fantasma, él es Difunto.
He's known as the king of the underworld, Jordan Castle, a former CMLL Rey del Inframundo champion, a title that is only defended once a year. In a promotion full of incredible athletes, there is really no one as mysterious and enigmatic, really, as Difunto.
And that's saying something, because that's coming from Jonny Loquasto, the first man to broadcast CMLL live in the United States.
It was certainly an honor to do that back in April in Las Vegas, and Difunto took part in a six-man tag match that night, and he is a very, very intimidating individual to be around.
That's right. How do you think his opponent tonight feels?
Well, his opponent tonight is certainly a fan favorite in OnlyWrestlers. He is undefeated thus far, and he's had issues with a certain star that we will get into, but tonight he needs to be 100% locked in, focused on Difunto.
And his opponent. Making his way to the ring, desde Guadalajara, Jalisco, México, él es el varón Enrique Esfinge.
The true Sphinx has arrived in Long Beach. The current CMLL Mexican National Light Heavyweight Champion still holds this title with a lineage for the title going back to 1942. Jordan Castle, he has had a grasp of this title since May 25th, 2023, well over 1,100 days.
And the championship not on the line here tonight, Jonny Loquasto, but with both of these athletes sharing a space on the CMLL roster, well, you gotta think for Difunto, he hopes to put Esfinge away here tonight and potentially make himself the makeshift #1 contender.
You have to imagine that's certainly the mindset, but Difunto is one of those stars who, if he's given the opportunity to cause pain to an opponent, he's going to take.
Yeah, plain and simple. You don't call yourself the king of the underworld for nothing. A masochist cares about hurting his opponent and inflicting pain just as much as he does putting them away and picking up a victory.
CMLL has been shattering records at Arena Mexico with sellout crowd after sellout crowd. Of course, these two stars being a massive part of that success. CMLL's 93rd anniversary show coming up September 18th at Arena Mexico. And of course, we appreciate an incredible partnership with CMLL when we can have a match like this in California.
And for those uninitiated, wrestlers in CMLL, some of the very busiest in the world. In addition to partnerships with the likes of AEW and Ring of Honor and Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, competing in their native CMLL upwards of 3 or 4 times in any given week. An incredibly rigorous schedule for both Esfinge and Difunto.
It's also a rigorous schedule for the fans, but it goes to show how much they love and appreciate CMLL. They know they are going to get an incredible show every single time out, and we appreciate CMLL for having the confidence in OnlyWrestlers to have people like Esfinge, people like Difunto, Kira, and of course Tessa Blanchard as massive parts of our promotion.
That's right, Kira hoping to etch her name in the history books later on tonight and become the first woman to unseat Tessa Blanchard for the OnlyWrestlers Women's Championship.
One thing we've seen from Difunto, not only is he very technically sound, he will stoop to any low level to get the advantage. Esfinge, oh, beautiful roll through there, shoulders down, and Esfinge able to roll through it too. But now, beautiful bridge into the cover here, and look at the counter by Difunto. And these two men know each other very well. They've competed a number of times in tag team action against each other. And a senton coming up empty, quick splash by Esfinge. And this is the kind of fast-forward action you see in CMLL. It's difficult to keep track of, and now an arm drag by the Sphinx.
So evenly matched, so familiar with one another, to your point, but nobody home there for Esfinge. And Johnny, one has to think, so much more to prove for both of these men away from their native CMLL.
Yep.
They don't want to lose an away game. They're representing the home team here.
Well, especially with Esfinge having so much success in OnlyWrestlers, he's still dealing with Joe Alonzo. There is serious issues between those two men. Of course, they're both facing other opponents tonight, but you have to imagine when those two will clash. A couple of backbreakers there, Esfinge into a cover, and Difunto able to kick out at 2.
It was the last time we were here in Southern California. Joe Alonzo picking up the win over Esfinge, and a really sickening act, removing the mask, the ultimate sign of disrespect in Lucha Libre.
Difunto double boot to the thoracic, right into a senton and a cover, and Esfinge able to get the right shoulder up. But yeah, it really speaks to Joe Alonzo's career. Look, he's absolutely...
Oh, come on, get your hands off of referee Chris Massey.
If you're Chris Massey, that is a very precarious position when Difunto is staring you down. But back to Alonzo, he's at the highest point of his career, but he is willing to stoop to any level, much like Difunto. Oh, basement drop kick. Wasting no time, right into a cover is the king of the underworld. 2 count there, but he is wearing down the Sphinx.
Well, and one has to wonder if that maybe gives Difunto a slight edge here tonight. Esfinge, no doubt focused on Joe Alonzo, thinking about exacting revenge on the most dope professional wrestler that this or any other generation has ever seen. And
is he forcing you?
He sure is. He threatened me in the back beforehand, but likewise, Difunto only has to focus on here tonight. He can afford to have blinders on here against Esfinge.
Yes, he certainly can. Esfinge was successful defeating Ricardo Rodriguez back in April for OWA in Pittsburgh, and now looking to build off of that momentum. Actually, Alonzo tried to distract Esfinge during that match, but luckily it was to no avail for Esfinge as he was able to score the victory. But now this is spilled to the outside. CMLL rules, there is a 20 count on the outside, not a 10 count. So this match could go anywhere.
Oh boy, and it will. Spilling amongst the people here. Difunto dismantling the barricade. And referee Chris Massey warning him that that could result in a disqualification here.
Well, if Chris Massey knows anything about Difunto, that hasn't stopped him in the past.
We're using a stanchion now?
What? Are you kidding me? Well, I did mention he prefers to cause pain, and now Massey, all the credit to him in the world.
And wow. Difunto has got to be careful, cannot afford to get himself disqualified here. And I know Chris Massey, he doesn't want this match to end in a disqualification, but if you force his hand, he'll have no choice.
Well, that's why we have great officials like Chris Massey, like Patrick Hernandez. They will do what's right, even if it puts them in harm's way. We are back inside the ring now. Difunto has really been in control for a good portion of this matchup.
You have to attribute it to that lack of focus. Take nothing away from Esfinge, but he's got to have Joe Alonzo in the brain here, Loquasto. That has to be at least part of this.
It might be. Difunto certainly bitter that Esfinge has held more gold in his career. Esfinge, the former Occidente light heavyweight and tag team champion, and the title he holds now, the Mexican national light heavyweight title, held by the likes of Dr. Wagner.
Oh, come on, talk about Joe Alonzo and what we saw back in March.
Difunto he knows that is uncharted territory. He knows in CMLL you do not take off someone's mask.
Perhaps taking advantage of the fact that this is an away game. He knows the punishment, the repercussions would be so much worse in CMLL, taking advantage of these slightly looser rules.
I mean, Difunto was trying to tell Chris Massey to leave the ring. He's the official, come on.
He doesn't want a wrestling match, plain and simple. He wants a fight here, Loquasto.
He's ripping the mask off again.
Yeah, Joe Alonzo got to be smiling ear to ear watching this one in the backstage area.
Whoa, Difunto doesn't realize that he could have put Esfinge away just now, and now he's threatening the official once again. This is, look, I have seen Difunto many times. I've never seen him this unhinged.
Yeah, to quote Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, some men just like to watch the world burn here.
Difunto is certainly one of those, but Esfinge trying to build some momentum. A flash knee lands. Esfinge falls into a cover, hooks the leg, and Difunto able to stay alive.
Well, and I'm not even sure if Esfinge's line of vision is what it was before. That mask was torn, it was moved. I mean, there's a good chance that he's not able to see, more so than usual. That the mask already inhibiting the vision might be more so after this assault from Difunto.
Difunto is very well aware, but Esfinge, one of the best athletes in our sport, basement dropkick finds a home, and now Esfinge once again, could that be it? No, Difunto able to kick out at 2.
And if you're Esfinge, you got to keep your emotions in check against Joe Alonzo, and after what we just saw against Difunto, an angry fighter, as you know, Loquasto, is a sloppy fighter.
And look, we talked about both of these men knowing each other very well, but with Difunto, he is a lot more unpredictable, not because of his athleticism per se, but because of his vindictive personality. As Esfinge looking for the Esfinge splash, oh, coming up empty. Difunto certainly had that scouted, now charging in. Oh my, elbow right to the temple.
And both men down, still very much a pick'em, still very much anyone's game at this juncture.
Rolling into the cover is an exhausted Difunto, and Esfinge able to roll out at 2.
I mean, you know, we're shocked at the disrespect and the underhanded tactics of Difunto, but what do you expect from someone who calls himself the king of the underworld, Johnny?
I certainly have no argument there. There is nobody like him in all of CMLL, that is guaranteed, and now Difunto runs right in to a hard-hitting and Sagiri, and now a springboard once again. Missile drop kick by the Sphinx into the cover. Both legs up, and Difunto able to power out with his core strength.
Esfinge has found his way back into this match, but is it enough? Will it be enough to put Difunto away here?
All of Long Beach showing their love for Lucha Libre.
And it truly is such a cultural moment, a testament to CMLL, nearly 100 years in existence and really breaking through here in the Western world.
Oh, they've sold more tickets than any other promotion in the world throughout 2025 and 2026. And you could guarantee both of these men will be involved at the 93rd anniversary show, September 18th. But now Difunto looking for a superplex, perhaps.
Yeah, he doesn't care about celebration. He doesn't care about company pride as he drops Esfinge, center of the ring.
And now Difunto crawling, scratching his way into a cover, hooks the leg. Could it be? No! Difunto now, is doubt setting in?
Well, it can be difficult to read the expression and the emotions of these luchadors with the mask, but suffice it to say, after landing that suplex, you gotta think Difunto at least slightly frustrated that he hasn't found the answer to put Esfinge away. Maybe this'll do it.
Taking his time, heading to the outside.
Taking his time may have cost him here, Loquasto.
Difunto continuing to head up top. Esfinge meets him at the pass. Oh! Amazing arm drag, sending Difunto across the ring. Brilliant cover there, but Difunto still able to power out. Oh, but Esfinge's not done yet. Now into a crucifix pin, and brilliant there. Difunto able to use his flexibility, gets both feet, both toes on the bottom rope.
I was gonna say, Difunto does not wear traditional wrestling boots, and I think that may have saved him with a traditional wrestling boot. Maybe couldn't have reached the ropes. With the exposed toes, an inch is all you need.
Esfinge always so aware, certainly not the position he wanted to get that pin.
Talk about positions you don't want, Johnny.
Oh, Chris Massey warning him that may have been a little too close to the other part of the hamstring, if you get what I'm saying.
Well, you know.
And now Esfinge.
After what we saw earlier from Difunto, I think he can be forgiven. Chris Massey certainly seems to think so.
Oh my goodness. Code red by Esfinge into a cover. And now looking to pile it on is the Sphinx. Beautiful roll through here. Shoulders down and no.
Moves so effortlessly for a man of his size. So fluid.
Case in point right here. roll through, legs hooked, and no, Difunto is gritty. Finds a way to stay alive, but now Esfinge looking to go top speed here. Runs right into a sit-out power bomb by the king of the underworld.
Using Esfinge's own momentum against him.
A sold-out Thunder Studios showing their appreciation for the high-speed action. We are seeing lucha masks all throughout the crowd, both men down.
Usually you'd have to travel all the way south of the border for action like this.
Yeah.
We're giving it to you right here at Thunder Studios in Long Beach, streaming at home on the Unbeaten Sports Channel.
And of course, we still have 2 more CMLL stars coming up tonight in the OnlyWrestlers women's title match. And of course, in our main event, a colossal tag, the Good Brothers finally in OWA for the first time, taking on the explosive Live Danger. So much more to come, but the question is, who's gonna come out on top here?
Well, both men back up to their feet at roughly the same time, and at least for the moment, it seems like Esfinge pressing the advantage.
That's the kind of high arsenal offense Esfinge is known for. Can he find a way to pile it on here into the corner, launching Difunto to the other corner? Esfinge's not done. Full speed ahead, and maybe one more time for the ride.
Double monkey flips nearly sent Difunto outside the ring. Now he does it of his own accord.
Oh my God, there's not a lot of room out there, Jordan. Difunto crashing into the metal.
Spine meet barricade off the tope suicida, but Esfinge knows he can only win the match inside the ring.
Esfinge senses it. Springboard, Esfinge splash. Oh, but he's not done. Looking to set up the nudo hipsio.
Yeah, he wants to make him submit here, Loquasto.
Well, there it is, one of the most inventive pins in wrestling, the nudo hipsio, and he got him.
And here's your winner, su ganador, Esfinge.
Jordan Castle Esfinge wanted to put an emphasis on this matchup after the Esfinge splash. He probably could have gotten the victory, but just to guarantee his success, he pulled off the nudo hipsio. What a match.
CMLL at its finest on display. Once again, a thank you to our great partners from Arena Mexico and for Esfinge. After what happened between him and Joe Alonzo last time we were here in California, Johnny, this has to feel so good.
The true Sphinx marched into Long Beach, and he marches out victorious. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back on Unbeaten.
friends, it's me, the undeniable Diamond, Tessa Blanchard, and tonight I'm going to step in the ring against one of CMLL's very best. Here is one of the most talented wrestlers in all of Mexico, an incredible high flyer and a national champion. I know exactly what she's capable of, and I know that this won't be an easy task, pero escúchame muy bien. Ella no es un diamante. She may be one of the very best in Mexico, but I am one of the very best in the world. And tonight, I'm going to prove it. We're not fighting over just anything. The OWA Women's Championship, it represents excellence, sacrifice, greatness. Here can come with all the heart and determination in all the world. Pero esta noche no es su momento. When that bell rings, I'm going to make myself very clear that when that bell rings, I'm going to remind everyone why they call me the undeniable Diamond. And after I leave everything in that ring and show exactly who runs this division, I will still be your OWA Women's Champion. Quiero poder ser una de las mejores de México. Pero esta noche el diamante innegable brilla más que nunca. Besitos.
On the top of her game to take down the undeniable Diamond tonight. But right now, we go back to Melissa Santos.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. Making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 193 pounds. He is the most dope professional wrestler that this generation has ever seen. That being Alonzo.
Wow, he really gave Melissa Santos a specific ring introduction, a man who infuriates. And here we go. Yeah. Okay.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, stand up on your feet and show some respect for the most dope professional wrestler that this generation has ever seen, that being Joe Alonzo.
So he had me and Melissa say it, and now he's going to say it himself. It's great.
For those of you who can read, if you read on the match graphic, it says in small defined print, card subject to change. Now, up until 5 minutes ago, I found out that my opponent, who I can't remember his name to save the life of me, will not be here tonight. Now, management asked me how I wanted to handle this situation. They said, Joe, would you like to give a young up-and-comer an opportunity to make a name for herself? And my answer to that is no. That's right, y'all. I will not be wrestling tonight. I already got my payday. I got my appearance fee. So what we're gonna do is, if everyone can point their attention to that merch table over there, we're gonna take a small 20-minute intermission, and I'll be doing a meet and greet over there. $50 for photos and autographs, okay? No t-shirts. I sold.
Whoa.
Doesn't sound like intermission music to me.
Oh, hold on.
And his opponent.
What? Oh.
Making his way to the ring.
My goodness.
Fighting out of Henderson, Nevada by way of Moore, Oklahoma. He is the goddamn man, Tyler Bateman.
Joe Alonzo may have to wait before he picks up his check, because there may not be a competitor in our sport that is equally sadistic as he is charismatic. Tyler Bateman, I didn't know he was here.
I had no idea. The goddamn man has realized where there is absence, there is opportunity, and well, Joe Alonzo making a meal out of selling merchandise and taking pictures to pad his pockets. I'm not sure if there'll be anything left of him after the goddamn man has his way.
I don't think Joe Alonzo thinks that this challenge is serious right now. Oh. Tyler Bateman is essentially, you could call him a gatekeeper on the West Coast. He's absolutely one of the best professional wrestlers, and not only that, he's wildly unpredictable. Joe Alonzo has no idea what to make of him.
I just call him nuts. And Alonzo wants no part of Bateman.
Hey, Bateman! The meet and greet line starts over there. No, I'm not wrestling. I didn't agree to it. I did my part. I showed up. I'm happy to do anything. Bateman, listen, kid. I know you want to make a name for yourself, and you want to say that you shared a ring with Joe Alonzo. But you're not going to get clout off of my name, okay? So do me a favor. I'm sure you got a bright future ahead of you. But get to the back. Wait for the show to be over with. You can get on Ring Crew. I will save you the embarrassment. Just make your way to the back. See the girl right there? Up those stairs to the back.
Clearly, Joe Alonzo has no idea who he's talking to right now.
And Tyler Bateman's been knocking people's teeth down their throats since Joe Alonzo still believed in the Easter Bunny.
And he's been collecting those teeth. Joe Alonzo's worn out the battery in that microphone, and the crowd here loves it.
And Mike's the most over guy in the room. Oh, boy.
This is the last time I'm going to tell you. Get out of my ring before I beat the living shit out of you. Go.
Okay, this is way over the line. And the worst part is Joe Alonzo has all the talent in the world.
Tyler, you don't want to leave, brother? You don't want to leave? You don't want to leave? You want your moment, huh? You want your moment? Okay, I'll give you your moment.
Oh, forget about it! Joe Alonzo tries to attack Bateman with the microphone, and Tyler Bateman has certainly seen that happen many times over the course of his career.
And it's not Bateman's first rodeo, a veteran of 25 years, a quarter of a century for Tyler Bateman.
Well, Tyler Bateman has shut down a number of rodeos over the course of his career, and he is going to work on Joe Alonzo. You know, we were saying minutes ago, Joe Alonzo just has a way to infuriate every single opponent, and there is, oh my goodness, this might be over before Joe Alonzo can say the name Bateman. Forearm into a cover, and Alonzo able to kick out at 2.
And as you were saying, Johnny, it's so frustrating as Alonzo, with all the charisma and raw talent in the world, shame he has the ego to go along with it.
Certainly does, and he has a severe issue with luchadors. Drop toe hold there, and Bateman goes crashing into the second rope, and now Alonzo, he does have a mean streak. And now he's looking to capitalize. Ooh, went for a baseball slide. Coming up empty, and a vicious chop across the throat.
And here on the outside, this is Bateman's domain. He knows how to get hardcore with the best of them. This is not where you want to be if you're Joe Alonzo.
Yes, it is. Tyler Bateman, 2-time United Television champion, former Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champion, along with the Righteous. There is no violent situation that Tyler Bateman has not thrived in. And now, how many times do you see an old school back rake?
Bateman, the perfect blend of old school viciousness and new school mentality, a true wrestler's wrestler, but Joe Alonzo with a shot to the nether regions there. Technically not a low blow.
Well, that's also the target region of everything with Joe Alonzo. That's the most dope double axe handle into a cover, and Bateman able to power out at 2, but that's how quickly Joe Alonzo can turn the tide in a match. And look, you don't have to like him, but the success has spoken for itself with Joe Alonzo.
Yeah, a recent string of victories here in OWA. And you talk about Joe Alonzo's issues with luchadors, specifically Esfinge as of late. It stands to reason.
Yeah.
This is a guy who wears his own face on his tights and his t-shirts and his graphics. The guy can't get enough of himself.
And every day, he has already said this publicly, he looks in the mirror and he said, if I wasn't Joe Alonzo, I would hate me too. That's essentially his daily mantra.
And Joe Alonzo, no doubt, has endeared himself to some professional wrestling fans across the world, but I don't think you'll find a bigger fan of Joe Alonzo than Joe Alonzo himself.
No, it's literally impossible. And now the former NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, picture-perfect suplex there into a cover, but Bateman widely rolls out immediately. Another cover here, and now Bateman gets the left shoulder up.
A bit of a lackadaisical cover here once again on Bateman. What do you make of this? Joe Alonzo maybe taking the goddamn man a little lightly.
Well, it may be that, but it's also wearing down someone like Bateman. Every single pin attempt becomes more and more exhausting to kick out of. And look, Joe Alonzo, yes, you could say a lot of things about his personality, but he certainly is intelligent.
Oh, maybe a little less intelligent after that shot from Bateman.
There's no doubt Bateman has proven to be a top-rate striker over the course of his career. Very damaging right hand, but Joe Alonzo, look how quickly he's able to turn the tide once again. Neck breaker into another cover, and Bateman gets the right shoulder up now.
Now stomping at the face here is Joe Alonzo, and it's a very interesting dichotomy right here, because Bateman, already one of the most perpetually pissed off wrestlers you'll find in any organization. Joe Alonzo makes a living off of pissing off his opponents. It's like these two were made for each other, Loquasto.
And look, Joe Alonzo came to the ring ecstatic. He was so thrilled his opponent didn't show up. As far as he was concerned, he was going to collect the winner's check, he was going to talk his trash, and he was going to leave. But with OnlyWrestlers Live, we will show you competition. And Joe Alonzo had no idea that Bateman was here.
Plain and simple, as talented as he may be, Joe Alonzo has no care or regard for the sport or the art of professional wrestling. He's here to get paid, get clout. That's all that Joe Alonzo cares about.
He also cares about being the current AAW champion, which he is. But right now, he is slowly and methodically trying to wear down Tyler Bateman, who certainly has the height and leverage advantage as he slowly fights back to his feet, but now creating a bit of separation is Tyler Bateman.
Big jawbreaker there, still favoring that neck, but Bateman looking to pick up the pace, and Alonzo not going to give him the satisfaction.
Credit to Alonzo, he had no idea Bateman was here, certainly was unable to prepare for this match. But it's going to take a lot to put down someone like Bateman. Oh my goodness, a clothesline in the corner.
It's hard to put away Bateman with time to prepare, especially impromptu like this. Joe Alonzo definitely fighting an uphill battle.
And now the back of the neck meets the turnbuckle, and that's what Bateman does. You never know what he's capable of. He just tossed his large frame right at the face of Alonzo, and it connects. And now hoisting up Alonzo. Down goes Alonzo. Into the cover is the man, and no.
You know, I know we can't see it through the mask, but you have to think Esfinge watching this one in the back with a big smile on his face, Loquasto.
There's no question, especially after that incredible victory over Difunto. Esfinge, his issues with Alonzo are far from over, but for tonight,
hold on.
What a quick roll up here. Could it be? And no. Bateman able to roll through at 2. And if you're going to go off technique alone, Bateman can certainly play that part as well, and a flash knee. Connects.
Uh-oh, maybe thinking death from above here.
How many opponents has he put away, but double boots meet the right hand of Bateman, and case in point, Jordan, Bateman has won so many titles with death from above, and hold on.
What is this? Get a shot at Alonzo here.
Alonzo's got something in his right hand.
It's a chain.
Oh my God.
A chain across the face of Bateman. No.
Bateman blocked it. Oh.
Didn't block that.
Alonzo caught him. Patrick Hernandez didn't see it.
Not like this. Come on, man.
That was a fistful of chain to the head of Bateman. Now a most dope. Are you kidding me? Joe Alonzo, you son of a bitch.
And here's your winner, Joe Alonzo.
There's no level. There's no level. He had a chain in his tights.
Just when I thought Joe Alonzo couldn't stoop any lower, he proves me wrong. A sick, depraved, repugnant human being is the most dope professional wrestler that this generation has ever seen. That being, well, you get the point.
And now Joe Alonzo is going to get the winner's check.
I hope no one gives this guy any money for anything. No one buy an 8x10, no one buy a t-shirt. I can't think of anyone who deserves it less.
Well, he's certainly drawing the ire of everyone here at Long Beach, but nonetheless walking away victorious. We still have so much more action to come. Don't go anywhere. This is Only Wrestlers Live. Melissa Santos.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
There's no love in me. 51-50. It's me, Monk City.
Here is a man who has survived the concrete jungle of New York.
Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 238 pounds. He is representing 5150, straight out of New York City. He is the king of the concrete jungle, Slice Boogie.
Cut the music! Oh, you Long Beach losers look like you're angry at Slice Boogie. Is it because the Knicks won the chip or LeBron left you pussies?
Oh boy.
Now for those of you who don't know, Charlie Haas was suspended by the California Athletic Commission. He will not be here tonight, unfortunately. But what that means is that Luke Hawx does not have an opponent tonight. So Luke We have a long history. I never liked you. Everyone knows people from New Orleans are dirty as hell, just like you Long Beach losers. So play Luke's music. I'll give him a nice ass whooping, and you can clap for him after I beat him. Is that fine? Does that sound fine? Bring him out here so I can whoop his ass.
Well, Slice Boogie's got that Knicks championship confidence tonight. There is a long history between Luke Hawx and Slice Boogie going back a decade.
He's not going to have 7 games to get it
now,
done.
making his way to the ring, weighing in at 227 pounds, representing Wildcat Sports from New Orleans, Louisiana, he is the Southern Stomper, Luke Hawx!
And Johnny, we heard it from Slice Boogie himself, originally scheduled to be Luke Hawx settling his score with perennial rival Charlie Haas. After what Charlie did, his vicious assault, bloodying and burning Finn Parker. The last time OnlyWrestlers came to California this past March, he has been banned by the California State Athletic Commission for the next 6 months.
And of course, that 6 months is certainly active right now, so Charlie Haas did not take that flight to California, but Slice Boogie is always looking to punch someone in the face, and when Slice found out, he stepped up, and tonight we have Slice Boogie and Luke Hawx. And you know, as far as Hawx, no matter where he's competed over the past 2 decades, the Crescent City Saint has given fans reasons to get loud every single time out. He's a true 5-tool competitor, and he's gonna have to use every single one of those tools against a very powerful and vicious Slice Boogie.
Yeah, you would think in Haas's absence that this match would be slightly less personal here, but if Slice Boogie's words before the bell were any indication, I don't think that's the case, Loquasto. These two go back a very, very long time.
And they do, and they have parallels in their personal lives. They both had very rough upbringings. Slice in New York City on the streets. Meanwhile, Luke Hawx grew up very poor in the Bayou area of New Orleans, and they both had to scratch and claw their way to success. So they both have certain jaded elements to their personalities. That's kind of why they clashed all those years ago.
As well, Luke Hawx debuting in 1999 as a part of XPW alongside Joey Chaos. Chaos, the trainer of the King of the Concrete Jungle, Slice Boogie, and a level of friendly competition between the two over Chaos's affections turned very, very bitter. Seemingly cover here.
Slice Boogie, of course, one half of 5150. We have seen him at OnlyWrestlers Live in the past, although it was helping Danny Limelight retain the ring, I should say, the Reality of Wrestling heavyweight title back in March here in Los Angeles, the same event that ended up having Charlie Haas be suspended. But 5150 currently holds the tag team titles for the United Wrestling Network and Santino Brothers, but Slice himself also a 3-time Santino Brothers heavyweight champion. And Slice Boogie, there's no doubt he truly is at the top of his game right now.
Santino Brothers, of course, the very same school owned and operated by Joey Chaos, Luke Hawx's own running mate. And this goes very, very far back. This is a very, very personal affair because of those ties with Chaos.
Luke Hawx, you would think, would have the speed advantage here, and we're starting to see a little bit there. Boom! Beautiful standing drop kick.
Tomorrow is Luke Hawx's cover here.
Hooks the leg, and Slice able to kick out at 2.
Tomorrow is Luke Hawx's 45th birthday, and I can only dream to look like that at 45, a testament to the dedication of one Luke Hawx.
And not to mention, you know, Luke Hawx has also had so much success in Hollywood. Of course, fans might know him as portraying Stone Cold Steve Austin in Young Rock, amongst many other incredible film projects. But right now, Slice Boogie is looking to take him off the set, spiking the head of Luke Hawx onto the apron.
Yeah, talk about Stone Cold. Right now it's Slice Boogie opening up the proverbial can of whoop-ass here on Hawx.
Slice Boogie has held so many titles on the West Coast, and he's really made a home for himself, even though he reps New York everywhere he goes, and he certainly loves to talk trash on California, and he is going to work on Luke Hawx.
He's called California home for a number of years. You wouldn't know it given his attitude every time he steps into a ring. Slice Boogie, so much to prove here. Again, added to this card as a last-minute substitution for Charlie Haas. Wants to prove that he's more than a bench player, that he deserves, alongside the likes of a Luke Hawx, a regular spot.
Oh my goodness,
here in Only
vicious
Wrestlers.
Irish whip, chest first, sternum first, into the corner goes Luke Hawx.
Maybe thinking Vader bomb elbow here, giving us a ticket to the gun show here, Loquasto.
That could be the case. Oh! Boots to the face by Luke Hawx, had that scouted there.
These two go back many, many years. They know each other very, very well.
Luke Hawx, so technically sound, but more than willing to brawl at any given moment. But Slice Boogie, certainly the more powerful striker. A knee to the abdomen and a clubbing blow to the back of the neck.
You know, Loquasto, we talked about this off air a little bit. Luke Hawx certainly with the experience advantage against Slice Boogie, but it's not a mystery. Cover here.
Cover here, hooks the leg to Slice Boogie, and Hawx able to kick out at 2, but he is in dire straits.
It's no secret that Luke Hawx competes much less regularly than Slice Boogie. He's a bit selective when it comes to his booking these days, and you wonder if there's any semblance of ring rust here for Luke Hawx against a competitor with a much busier schedule like a Slice Boogie.
Oh, that could be the case, as Slice Boogie has caught Luke Hawx in a standing sleeper hold here. Hawx may be out. Patrick Hernandez needs to check. The left arm falls. Now, if you're Slice Boogie, you want to get Hawx on the ground. You want to get both hooks in, turn it into a rear naked choke, but that might not be needed here.
Oh, if that arm goes down one more time, this match is over, and Hawx knows it.
Hawx just, finds a way. Incredible counter there by Luke Hawx. But the oxygen has been taken out of the owner and operator of Wildcat Sports, and that's one of the reasons we don't often see Luke Hawx on the West Coast. He is very busy with one of the most successful promotions in the country. Oh, and another suplex.
Slice Boogie taking Hawx to school here, into the cover.
Luke Hawx gets the right shoulder up just in time, but Boogie, he admonishes all the boos. He admonishes all the hate.
Yeah, sometimes you see wrestlers get distracted or thrown off guard by this type of vitriol. Not Slice Boogie. He feeds off of it, Loquasto.
He certainly does. It just makes him even more aggressive to every fan in attendance. Like I said, he admonishes all of it. He feeds off of it. He hates it at the same time. It just makes him that much more relentless as a competitor. And now he's looking to put away the Crescent City Saints. Ooh! Slice Boogie now heading up all the way to the mezzanine. Are you kidding me? How often do you see this?
Big risk here.
Oh my God, going for the back elbow, and Hawx able to get out of the way just in time.
Got a little too cocky here, and it may cost him as Luke Hawx looks to find his way back in the driver's seat.
Slice Boogie coming up empty with the Empire elbow, and now Hawx fighting back to his feet. All of Long Beach trying to get behind Hawx.
It's gonna take more than a New York minute to put either of these two away.
Now Hawx a cluster of right hands, looking to pick up some kind of momentum here in a clothesline of Slice Boogie. And now, wasting no time whatsoever for the first time in this matchup, Slice Boogie in a difficult position here. Spinning heel kick into a cover. Ooh, Slice Boogie stays alive. When Luke Hawx picks up momentum, he is in top. Ooh! Just like that, though, Slice Boogie able to counter.
A big jawbreaker there from Slice Boogie. These two so evenly matched, so familiar with one another here, Loquasto.
And look at Boogie now, a release German suplex.
Oh, and look at the donut eyes of Luke Hawx, all glazed over as Boogie hooks the leg.
And ooh, Hawx stays alive in this match, but for how long?
And how about the eyes of Slice Boogie here? He thought that was it, Loquasto. You could tell. He thought that match was over.
And look, 5150 has made it clear they want to compete at Only Wrestlers Live, but Slice Boogie, he just jumped right at the chance when he found out Charlie Haas was suspended. He's willing to make his own success here.
Well, it's worth pointing out, Slice Boogie may be used to having a tag team partner in the form of Danny Limelight. No one to tag out to here, but he might not need it.
Oh! Slice Boogie lands the elbow into a cover, and Luke Hawx, perhaps on instinct, finds a way to kick out.
Yeah, if you're Slice Boogie, you can't afford to get frustrated unless you get caught.
Whoa, that's a jackknife, and he got him! Are you kidding me? An amateur wrestling move brings Luke Hawx to a shocking victory.
And here's your winner, Luke Hawx.
Slice Boogie is in utter shock, and can you blame him?
All it takes is 3 seconds. Slice Boogie learning that the hard way here as Luke Hawx secures victory from the jaws of defeat.
Well, we mentioned Luke being a 5-tool player. One of those tools is grappling, and he just proved it right there. A move you rarely see, a jackknife, but the shoulders were down, executed perfectly.
Unlike Mondani and unlike his beloved Knicks, Slice Boogie unable to pick up the victory here tonight in his OWA in-ring debut.
Well, I believe we will certainly hear more from Slice Boogie and Danny Limelight of 5150, but for tonight, Luke Hawx has moved himself past Charlie Haas, and he walks away victorious. Don't go anywhere. Title action coming up next on Unbeaten. Buzzsaw DDT! She is the first OWA Women's World Champion. Champion retained. Oh no. Buzzsaw DDT and the champion retained. A Blanchard cutter! Wow, the champion decided to take my headset and...
She waits for nobody, Jonny Loquasto. Are you all right?
No, she makes her entrance when she wants to. Well, nonetheless, it is championship time here for the OnlyWrestlers Live Women's title. One of the most agile and athletic luchadors in the world. One of the most powerful women in the world. Many people have plenty to say about Tessa Blanchard, but one thing that can't be denied is there may be no one better in the ring. And you know, technically, the challenger would make their introduction first, but I guess champion's choice here.
Yeah, Tessa waits for nobody. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. Well, the undeniable diamond is bosom buddies with the OnlyWrestlers Women's Championship. Brought to ringside by her insurance policy, Hawx.
And she has defended against a who's who of opponents over her reign, but a rising star in CMLL will make the challenge tonight. She is one half of the CMLL Mexican National Women's Tag Team Champions. And when it comes to risk-taking, there is no one quite like Kira. She will take flight and figure out the rest while she's in the air.
Kira has been wrestling since she was 9. Last 13 years has proved herself to be one of Mexico's hottest, fastest rising young up-and-comers. And that could all come to a head with championship victory here tonight.
Here is one of the many reasons why CMLL is so successful, certainly the next generation, but she steps into the spotlight tonight as we go back to Melissa Santos.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it's for the OWA Women's Championship. Introducing first, the challenger to my right. She is La Maravilla Aérea, desde Torreón, Coahuila, Mexico, Kira! And her opponent to my left, she is the OWA Women's Champion from Charlotte, North Carolina. She is the undeniable diamond, Tessa Blanchard!
There are so many things that can be said about the inaugural OWA Women's Champion, one of them being just how defiant she is as a star. Case in point, Jordan, let's be honest, we were expecting Kira to make her introduction first. Instead, Tessa marched out here during the commercial break, took my headset off just to tell everyone how great she is. She threw the headset down, completely confusing Melissa Santos and the rest of us. Why? Because Tessa Blanchard does whatever Tessa Blanchard wants.
And frankly, it's hard to argue with her. As long as she holds that OnlyWrestlers World Women's Championship, this is her house. But that could all change in a matter of 3 seconds with Kira.
Good luck getting a handshake from the undeniable diamond.
Tessa Blanchard excels in many categories. Humility is not one of them.
And let's be honest, when you're born into the sport like she is, when your dad is an absolute legend in Tully Blanchard, and whoa, quick counter here by Kira as Blanchard looking for a bit of a reprieve here on the outside.
We've seen Tully cornering Tessa in several championship defenses here in OnlyWrestlers, and telling referee Chris Massey that Kira was pulling her hair. I mean, did you see that, Loquasto? Did you see Kira pulling the hair?
I did not, but I also just had Tessa screaming in my face, so I'm not exactly about to say what I have or haven't seen.
How do you think I felt? The last time OnlyWrestlers came to California, I made a slight mistake during her ring introduction. She read me the riot act. I'm lucky I'm still here sitting alongside you.
Yeah, you're lucky you still have both ears.
Yeah, no kidding.
Tessa Blanchard won the title.
Shoulders down.
Quick cover here, and you know, one thing you could say about Kira is she is very unpredictable in her offensive arsenal, but when it comes to experience, that is just a vast difference between these two incredible athletes.
That's right, but both experience, both grew up in this business. Tessa Blanchard with her Hall of Fame father, Kira, starting while she was still single digits. Cover!
Quick cover here, that's right. She started training at 9, and now she fights tonight at the age of 22. As an absolute fan favorite in CMLL.
You talk about CMLL, Tessa Blanchard actually won that championship in a three-way dance against Danny Moe and current CMLL World Women's Champion in Persephone. And if Persephone wasn't able to get the job done against the Undeniable Diamond, what does Kira have to do differently?
Look how quickly Tessa Blanchard takes advantage, goes to work on the left knee. What does Kira have to do? She has to take to the sky. She has to take every risk possible, in my opinion. She has to surprise Tessa Blanchard, but it's hard to surprise Tessa Blanchard when you have one leg taken out.
Right now trying to get some breathing room here against Tessa, but much easier said than done. You talk about her Hall of Fame father, a former member of the Four Horsemen, a running mate with the dirtiest player in the game.
Oh my God. Once again, this match very volatile early on as Tessa Blanchard has taken Kira all the way here on top of the stage at Thunder Studios.
They're right next to us, Loquasto.
Dear God, no. Going for a fisherman suplex here. Oh, Kira able to evade, but the damage is done to the left knee.
Ugly landing, and now Tessa with a chair in hand.
Obviously, Chris Massey showing leniency on the count outside the ring, but this is a title match.
Oh, come on. I mean, Massey knows that these fans paid their hard-earned money to see a winner here. Does not want to call this one a no contest, to double count it, but Tessa, again, may give him no choice here.
Tessa quickly into a cover, hooks the leg, and Kira able to kick out at two. And once again, Blanchard another cover just to exhaust the young luchador.
Trying to wear Kira out. You talked about it, the high flying, the athleticism coming off the top rope. Tessa wants to do everything in her power to neutralize that.
That's exactly what she's doing. Damaging the quad, and now an elbow, wrenching on the knee, pulling down the knee pad. She is striking right where the MCL is.
And last time Tessa came to California was cornered not only by Halix, but her running mate in the Diamond Collective in Mila Moore. Interested to see if Mila's absence here tonight has any effect on this matchup.
Let's be honest, we have no idea if Mila's here or not. She could be. As Tessa Blanchard, like a surgeon, slowly decimating the leg of Kira.
Look at that, removing the knee pad. Bone-on-bone contact for Blanchard.
And as good as Tessa is, she's also a student of the game. She watches match tape. There's a reason why she might be the best professional wrestler in the world, and that is not hyperbole.
Well, think about some of the women she's put away en route to retaining the OnlyWrestlers Women's Championship.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, we have a list, defeated the great Harley Hudson at Frozen Fury, Callie and Tita back in San Antonio, the Spark Jada Stone, and arguably Jada's greatest performance into another cover goes the champion, and the challenger able to kick out. And when you take out someone like Danny Moe in her hometown of Pittsburgh, that truly says something.
It's something we haven't even acknowledged yet. Tessa Blanchard and Kira, no strangers to one another, often tag team partners in their native CMLL. So interested to see how that familiarity plays into this one, though right now not looking good for Kira as she reaches for that bottom rope.
But I think you mentioned the tag team partnership. One thing Kira is seeing right now is there are many sides of Tessa Blanchard, and this is the side that Kira has never dealt with before.
Well, it's a very different ball game as she finally reaches that bottom rope and forces the break. It's a very different ball game when championship gold is on the line, Loquasto.
And look how smothering Tessa Blanchard is with her offense, once again twisting Kira up like a pretzel. Damage absolutely done. Tessa is treating Kira like a student right now. She is slowly wearing her down. She is trying to let her know, you are not ready for this.
And Kira holds championship gold herself in CMLL.
Yes.
She's no stranger to the bright lights, but again, you wouldn't know it, to your point, the way Tessa's treating her here.
Well, Kira holds tag team gold right now, but it is a whole other issue. When you were in the ring with Tessa Blanchard, now Kira writhing in pain. And look at Blanchard, she knows every angle.
Digging into that exposed knee, and Kira, desperation strikes, finally forces the break, but is it too little too late here?
It very well may be the case. Tessa Blanchard, an absolutely vehement personality, takes such pride in holding the OWA Women's Championship. She certainly wants gold in CMLL.
Oh, come on, referee Chris Massey distracted, and Halix on the outside with a cheap shot.
He's an absolute coward. You do not touch a woman on the outside of the ring.
Again, Tessa Blanchard doesn't need this. To your point, one of the best wrestlers we have, a champion for good reason here in Only Wrestlers. Doesn't need this, chooses to do it because she thinks she's above it.
And now a completely brash and disrespectful slap to the face of Kira.
Effectively a handicap match here for Kira with Hawx on the outside.
And what Blanchard has done is she has neutralized the high-flying offense of Kira.
Well, perhaps commentators curse in full effect. Maybe Kira finding a way back in this thing with some of that trademark athleticism.
Perhaps Hawx has drawn the anger of Kira. She didn't get all of it, but she's able to hit the springboard cross-body for the first time in this match. Tessa Blanchard may be vulnerable. Now a drop toe hold into the second rope, and
maybe looking to dial it up.
6-1-9 connects. Are you kidding me? And now Kira. Oh! Moonsault to the outside.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Kira giving Hawx exactly what he deserves. But the question is, was that a mistake? Because it gives Tessa Blanchard more time to recover inside the ring.
Yeah, Kira perhaps thinking more with her heart than her head on that one. And we know the champion, more than happy to retain the title on a countout, Loquasto. But I don't think that's gonna happen, at least not for the moment.
Kira is back to her feet. But you and I both know she needs to get back in that ring. She's giving Tessa Blanchard way too much time to recover.
There it
Case
is.
in point.
I understand it, trying to rally behind the people, but that was not a wise move, especially with Blanchard.
And now Blanchard, just a cluster of vicious right hands. A woman who has become a legend, not just in the US, but all throughout Mexico. It's only a matter of time until she holds gold again in CMLL.
Can we get Hawx out of here? Can we get this goof ejected from ringside, please?
I mean, if you're Chris Massey, you certainly should consider that at this point. And now, this is blatant. Chris Massey is seeing this with his very eyes. Oh, Kira with a right hand, and Tessa Blanchard,
below the belt,
comes up empty.
Hit the diamonds of Hawx.
And now Kira with Blanchard on the steel chair, looking to switch gears through the second turnbuckle, taking out both Blanchard and Hawx. Can the challenger find a way?
Like a bullet through midair, and she ain't done.
And why not get a little bit of assistance from a fan? We are completely sold out in Long Beach. And Kira is looking to shock the world and giving Hawx a strong dose of boot medicine.
A surrogate for our audience here tonight. We know there's a hefty majority of the Only Wrestlers faithful that would love to see Tessa Blanchard unseated, and Kira may be the woman to do it.
And a lot of people will underestimate Kira because she's only 22, but she had a rough upbringing. Professional wrestling saved her life at a young age. There is nothing that intimidates her, but Tessa Blanchard, always so aware, always so quick as she hits the magnum in the corner into the cover. No, are you kidding me?
And look at the look of desperation, despair on the face of the undeniable Diamond. You can tell Loquasto she thought she had this one won.
Well, yeah, how many matches has Blanchard won in her career with the Magnum? Are you kidding? I mean, Kira found a way to stay alive, but it could all be elementary as Tessa hoisting up Kira. Oh, quick counter here. Blanchard able to roll through, but she eats a quick boot by Kira.
There's the quickness coming into play. Tessa unable to neutralize it quite yet.
And now Kira, a little bit of retribution from that slap in the corner.
And Kira would love to walk back into Arena Mexico. Only Wrestlers Women's Champion.
Off the top springboard. Right across the sternum.
But she's got to capitalize. She's got to go for the cover here, Loquasto.
I don't know what she has left. Kira's been destroyed not only by Tessa, but by Hawx throughout this match. Both women flat on their back. Who will walk out? The OWA Women's Champion. We already know the #1 contender, and that's Brittnie Brooks. Perhaps Tessa Blanchard maybe underestimated Kira.
Well, if she did earlier, she's certainly not now, realizing Kira is as strong and ready a challenger as she has ever seen.
That's right, Tessa Blanchard is as great as any woman in this business, but you can't underestimate grit and tenacity. And that is what Kira has, but Blanchard looking to reverse course here. Oh my goodness, goes Blanchard into the cover, champ retains. No! That was a picture-perfect cutter, and Kira is still in this fight.
And Blanchard's in tears. Blanchard's crying here. You thought the Magnum was gonna do it. She thought for sure that cutter was gonna be it. It was not. Kira survives.
We are seeing many signs of why Kira is one of the many rising stars in CMLL and why she is challenging Blanchard tonight. Bit of a divided bunch here in Long Beach.
Yeah, bipartisan crowd. There is magic in the air here at Thunder Studios.
Tessa Blanchard back to her feet, and now once again, a litany of right hands.
Nothing flashy about it, nothing pretty about it. Blanchard going for broke.
We don't see this very often. Blanchard going all the way up to the mezzanine of Thunder Studios. Coming up empty, Kira able to roll through here.
We don't see it often, and perhaps that's why.
A couple of back elbows. Kira trying to create some kind of separation here. Can she find a way? Oh! Slice it up, says Kira. Blanchard's on her back. Kira rolls into the cover, hooks the leg. Do we have a new champion? No!
The closest cover of the matchup, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, Loquasto. What's it gonna take?
I appreciate any Gorilla Monsoon reference, but now Kira heading up to the second turnbuckle. Oh my God, Halix, can we please get rid of this guy? Thank you, Kira. Heading up to the top. Going for the moonsault. Oh, Tessa Blanchard, it took a little too long. The distraction was effective, and now Blanchard, oh my God, roll through. What a counter by Kira, new champion. No!
Halix may have gotten dropped, but I think he served his purpose.
Well, Kira had the buzzsaw scouted there, but now Blanchard counters once again. Oh, buzzsaw DDT, spike in the head. Blanchard into the cover, and the champion retains.
And here's your winner, and still OWA Women's Champion, Tessa Blanchard!
At Loquasto, I don't like to speculate on what could have or should have been, but I feel confident in saying, without Halix in her corner, Tessa Blanchard may very well have met her match in the form of Kira.
That certainly may be the case, and Halix paid dividends tonight in a disgusting number of ways. If there is a reason why Tessa Blanchard is the inaugural OWA Women's Champion and why she retained once again tonight, she is absolutely one of the...
Hold on.
Whoa. Hold on a second here.
Well, no rest for the weary. That is the #1 contender.
As of just about an hour ago, Brittnie Brooks is making her way to the ring. Perhaps just to give Tessa Blanchard a little bit of foreshadowing of what is to come.
Lost to the Diamond Collective's Mila Moore the first time we saw her here at OnlyWrestlers.
But in very underhanded fashion.
Yes, and the next time we see her could defeat the Diamond Collective's leader in Tessa Blanchard to make history and become only the second OnlyWrestlers Women's Champion.
We are looking at perhaps the best wrestler of her generation and one of the rising stars of the next generation. It will be Tessa Blanchard and Brittnie Brooks for the OWA Women's Championship in the very near future. But don't go away, because the second half of our co-main event is up next. back in Long Beach, and it's time for a tag team clash to close out the night. Back to Melissa Santos.
The following contest is a tag team match and is the main event of the evening. Introducing the first team.
For the first time in OWA history, a main event will have an explosive tag team match. And Jordan Castle, the D1 next level athleticism, an infectious energy, and that boom boom firepower.
From the gridiron at a combined weight of 502 pounds, Live Wire Charlie and Danger Rod. Live Danger!
Couldn't have said it better myself. Look no further than Live Danger. From the gridiron to the LA Dojo to the squared circle. Live Wire Charlie in the blue, Danger Ross in the orange have truly hit their stride in professional wrestling since relocating from their native tri-state area to Southern California. And arguably, Jonny Loquasto, the biggest match of their careers on tap here tonight.
I mean, I don't even think it's arguably. I think there's no doubt about it. This is the biggest opportunity for Live Danger, and it's happening in just a matter of moments. But they are going to face off with one of the most dominant and successful tag teams over the past decade plus.
Making their way to the ring, they are 10-time World Tag Team Champions, the Big LG Gallows and the Machine Gun Carl Anderson, the world famous Good Brothers.
Machine Gun Carl Anderson, the Big LG Doc Gallows, winning titles all over the globe with platinum status on every air lounge. Foundational members of the world infamous Bullet Club, 10-time World Tag Team Champions. There is no team quite like the Good Brothers.
They currently hold gold in MLW. They have held gold in WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, the list goes on and on. Jonny Loquasto, rarely do you find tag teams this successful. Rarely do you find tag teams with this level of longevity. Never do you find tag teams with a combination of both.
No question about it. You can argue that the Good Brothers are the standard bearers of tag team wrestling, but Live Danger doesn't appear to be intimidated whatsoever. Lost count of the number of push-ups there. This is going to be an explosive tag team match in our main event tonight, live on the Unbeaten Sports Channel.
If I could perform that many push-ups at that rate, looking that good, and I can't, but if I could, I would be out cold for the next 20 minutes straight. Live Danger to them, it's just a warm-up to prepare for the biggest tag team match of their career.
Well, I prefer don't even try one push-up. I need you here for this matchup, brother, as the Big LG and the Machine Gun have entered an OWA ring for the first time in their illustrious career. They've held the IWGP Tag Team titles for a combined 601 days between their three reigns, good for fifth most in New Japan history.
Likewise, we alluded to it, Live Danger relocating their entire lives from the East Coast to here on the West Coast. Why? To train at NJPW Academy. The Good Brothers stand as stalwarts of the past and legacy of fighting spirit. Live Danger hoping to become its future, and that could all begin right here with a win over the Good Brothers.
And look, Livewire Charlie and Danger Ross, they were very open about it. The Good Brothers have inspired them in their careers, much like they've inspired so many tag teams. As a matter of fact, the Bullet Club and Good Brothers, it's one of the reasons they moved out to California to train at the dojo, because they want to get to that level. This is certainly a jump for them. They can get to that level tonight.
But I mean, elephant in the room, Live Danger also not mincing words when referring to the Good Brothers. We saw it to kick off our broadcast, referring to them as old farts.
I mean, look, when you have that Division I athlete mentality, and both of these men are former standout Division I athletes, they don't thrive off of intimidation. They thrive off of confidence, and they drew the ire of the Good Brothers. As we are going to kick things off here with Carl Anderson and Live Wire Charlie.
Talking about the Bullet Club, Carl Anderson, a founding father, in many ways the founding father of the Bullet Club, and you can draw a straight line from modern wrestling. AEW, changing the world, revolutionizing the landscape of wrestling. That doesn't exist without the Elite. The Elite doesn't exist without the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club doesn't exist without Machine Gun Carl Anderson, Jonny Loquasto.
There's no question about that. I mean, Carl Anderson has his own chapter in the history of professional wrestling, but right now, he's looking to write a quick chapter and make quick work of Live Wire Charlie, and that is the experience right there. Let's be honest, Charlie, he let the lights get in front of him right now. He let the excitement get the best of him, and Carl Anderson going to work.
You're talking about a quick victory.
Oh,
he wants to
eye poke.
Put Live Wire Charlie away and make it back to the hot Asian wife, as only Carl Anderson can say.
Well, you said it, not me. Oh, another eye poke. Carl Anderson really breaking out all the tools in the toolbox. A trifecta of eye pokes by Carl Anderson. Certainly did not expect that, especially in the opening moments.
Yeah, no shortage of disrespect to Live Danger, perhaps going back to some of the same disrespect we heard in their pre-match comments, looking to teach the young guns a lesson here, Loquasto.
Hey, Live Danger should have known that any level of disrespect may be coming their way, and a tag to the big LG for the first time in this match. The Good Brothers, two-time WWE Tag Team Champions, and they defeated two legendary teams in their own right for those title reigns, FTR, along with The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus.
And have not slowed down since.
Oh!
Everywhere they have gone, they have found success, they have found championship gold, and though no gold on the line here tonight, a main event win would go such a long way here in establishing themselves in OnlyWrestlers.
It certainly would, and Doc Gallows is taking Danger Ross for a bit of a trip way outside the ring. Meanwhile, Charlie and Carl Anderson trading blows on the outside. We might need multiple referees for this matchup here.
Yeah, get Patrick back out here. Calls himself Doc Gallows, maybe looking to perform some makeshift surgery on Danger Ross, and I'd like to see his medical degree.
Not quite sure he's credited with that degree. Meanwhile, Charlie, a vicious chop to Carl Anderson. Oh my God, returning the favor.
I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And speaking of breaking, nearly breaking a chair across the knees of Danger Ross is the big LG.
Look, speaking to the Good Brothers and Live Danger prior to our broadcast tonight, they both said this is going to be wild, this is going to be chaotic, and I believe Chris Massey knew it. I didn't expect chairs to be involved, though.
Yeah, putting the ultimate test to referees' discretion here. And that's their own merch table. Good Brothers have got to be careful here, Johnny.
Well, their handler's going to have to get things set up before this match is over. And with OnlyWrestlers Live, expect the unexpected. This is our main event tonight, and it's really up to referees' discretion, and nobody wants to see a double disqualification.
And Johnny, as we saw last time OnlyWrestlers came to California this past March, Live Danger, no stranger to a hardcore environment, picking up a win in a no disqualification match over Delirium.
And that match had just about every possible weapon. Oh my, the big LGs just went surfing.
Yeah, I mean, we're here in Long Beach, but does not look like a very comfortable wave.
And Live Danger, for a brief moment, have taken control of this matchup, but Carl Anderson now. And now he's going surfing, almost taking out Danger Ross in the process. This is complete chaos.
Yeah, very little regard for their own well-being, certainly none for that of the Good Brothers.
Live Wire Charlie, former two-sport athlete in football and wrestling. Danger Ross was a dominant grappler. Division I wrestler, Sacred Heart University, and now they are burying the Good Brothers in chairs, but you can't win it on the outside.
shades of Extreme Championship Wrestling, one of the very few places the Good Brothers haven't held tag team gold. And Live Danger here, are they looking for a count-out win? What is this?
We're already standing room only here at Thunder Studios, but a lot more fans just lost their seats.
Touche. Thank goodness this is the main event. We might not have a Thunder Studios after these two teams are done with each other.
And now Danger Ross looking to return the favor to Carl Anderson. Oh!
You gotta think maybe Live Danger a little disrespected with the eye pokes, the old school chicanery of the Good Brothers, saying we're not a team to be taken lightly. This might be a Tuesday payday for you. It's the biggest match of our careers.
And head first into the post goes Carl Anderson, and that's a great point, Jordan. They have not shown that they are intimidated by the Good Brothers, and a lot of people here have to be shocked at how Live Danger Tag have taken control of this match, and it's actually shocking to even see a tag.
I was gonna say, there are still rules in this matchup, shocking though it may sound.
Oh! Explosive double team there. Danger Ross into a cover, and Carl Anderson kicks out as Doc Gallows is struggling on the outside.
And despite all the chicanery on the outside, this is very smart, fundamental tag team wrestling, keeping one half of the opposing corner.
And another double team. Danger Ross into a splash. Immediate cover by Live Wire. And no! Carl Anderson able to power out at 2.
Carl Anderson needs a tag in a big way, Loquasto. Problem being, the big LG hasn't even made it back to their corner.
Well, we saw how far and how many chairs Big LG destroyed moments ago, and that certainly took its toll. It's now Live Wire Charlie tag slicing the ring in half, and you know, we're starting to see a little bit of a tag team strategy here on behalf of Live Danger. Double gorilla press.
We saw the push-ups before the bell, and now getting some reps in here.
The count is underway in Long Beach. Oh, and down goes the machine gun. And the boom, boom, firepower elbow. Incredible work here by Danger Ross into a cover, and Carl Anderson once again kicks out at 2, but they are slowly taking apart the Good Brothers.
And make no mistake, Loquasto, you might see the catchphrase or the tassels or the bright colors of Live Danger as Thunder Studios shows their approval, but they are not a team to be taken lightly. There is a lot of stake with that sizzle.
Live Danger has been on a very fast ascent in their career, and another tag, large in part due to what they've learned at the New Japan Dojo. We are seeing that vicious mentality.
Tried some strong style on display, but as you said, 3-time IWGP Tag Team Champions. There's no one who knows it better than the Good Brothers.
And let's be honest, Live Danger not exactly known for their tag team tactics, but we are seeing quick tags here. We're seeing them keep Carl Anderson far away from Doc Gallows. But a quick reversal here by Carl Anderson. Can he find a way? Oh! Picture perfect spine buster to Live Wire Charlie.
The big LG worse for the wear, but finally back up to his corner, and Carl Anderson needs to make a tag here.
Carl Anderson might not have any clue where Doc Gallows is. Back to his feet, makes the tag. And the big LG, after going for a ride on those steel chairs, is back in the fray, and he is going to work on both members of Live Danger, and a massive boot finds a home.
Feeding him a little more than biscuits and gravy here tonight.
A trifecta of boots to Live Wire Charlie. And of course, you mentioned the foundational members of the Bullet Club. They have already carved their path in the history of professional wrestling, and looking to put a stamp on their debut in OWA.
Well, talk about a stamp.
Absolutely, double crossbody to both members of Live Danger. The big LG is a house of fire right now. Anderson back on the apron, makes the tag.
Inexplicably, the big LG Doc Gallows, in the shape of his career, 2 decades in his 40s, Loquasto.
And a man of his size, that is not an easy task. Another splash in the corner. Live Wire Charlie has no idea what's coming his way. Oh, another double team. Carl Anderson, after the neck breaker, moves into the cover. Oh!
You gotta think the Good Brothers looking to soften Live Danger up for that signature magic killer.
Well, there's no doubt Live Danger, you would imagine, has watched plenty of game tape. They know that's exactly what the Good Brothers are looking to do. They've won those 10 titles with the Magic Killer. Case in point right there with Danger Ross, just in time.
As you said, inspired by the Good Brothers, have done that tape study, and Danger Ross with the wherewithal to stop the Magic Killer and drop the big LG.
Live Danger, both so explosive. They're such quick twitch athletes. And now, Live Wire Charlie taking Carl Anderson for a bit of a spin. They're having flashbacks to the bar right now.
That's right, you talked about it. Claudio Cesaro, call him what you will. They defeated him for tag team gold, and well, some PTSD here tonight for Machine Gun Carl Anderson.
You have to be impressed with Live Danger. Could they find a way? Could they shock all of Long Beach and the Good Brothers? Oh,
but a bit of friendly fire, a meeting of the minds there.
Doc Gallows taken out. Oh my God. Danger Ross plummets to the outside, and now it is Magic Killer time.
Good night.
Anderson into the cover, and the Good Brothers reign supreme once again.
And here your winners, the Good Brothers!
There is a very good reason why we had 2 main events tonight. Not just an incredible women's title match, but because the Good Brothers and Live Danger were going to explode, and that's what we just saw.
We've talked a lot about the historic careers of the Good Brothers here tonight, but suffice it to say they have proven that they are so much more than their past. Aging like fine wine, the future so bright. The big LG, Doc Gallows, and Machine Gun Carl Anderson.
They've won titles in WWE, in New Japan, in TNA. They were the inaugural Maple Leaf Pro Tag Team Champions, and tonight they walk away victorious in their debut for Only Wrestlers Live. What a night it's been for everyone here at Only Wrestlers Live. For Jordan Castle, for Melissa Santos, and everyone in Long Beach. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. This has been Only Wrestlers Live on the Unbeaten Sports Channel.